Well, it's the greatest of honors to be up here introducing Maya Cade, a film scholar extraordinaire, curator of joy, an archivist of profound levity, and someone I'm blessed to call a friend. Pizza Pizza Daddy-O, Killing Time, Uptight, Symbio-Psycho-Taxiplasm, Take One, A Black Sherlock Holmes, A Cabin in the Sky, Dirty Gertie from Harlem, USA, John Cassavetes' Shadows, A Patch of Blue, Black and Tan, Rufus Jones for President, Scream, Blackula Scream, The Bronze Buckaroo, Welfare, Wattstacks, The Wiz. These are but a few of the incredible array of titles, popular to many, obscure to a few, highlighted by the Black Film Archive, Maya's brainchild, for which he is being rightfully recognized tonight. What is the BFA? Well, per Maya's own description on the website, it's, quote, a living register of Black films made from 1915 to 1979, currently streaming. That means, in other words, a vast cinematic archiving project aimed at breaking simplistic hegemonic narratives, aimed at complicating histories of cinema, Black cinema. She rejects a one-stop shop approach to the question of what makes a Black film. Her work has shown that there is no one answer to the question, what is Blackness? Maya's diligent research reveals to us that there isn't one way to approach Black film, despite the easiness of critics, viewers, journalists, and artists to think of it in reductive ways. In that way, and if she'll allow me, I find Maya continuing and extending the tradition of that great poet-curator of the Cinémathèque Française, Henri Langlois. And just as Langlois used the cultural language that dominated during the period of his sentimental education, namely surrealism, i.e. his bizarre programs which put together a Dovzhenko silent film, Singin' in the Rain, and Renoir's Tony. Just like that, Maya Cade uses the digital language of today, in her case, Twitter threads and streaming services, and actually engages with the language. She embraces it by using it to her advantage to generate and create new knowledge, or to remind Black artists and viewers, what you think you know about Black film has maybe already been done. If you just look closer at the past, at history, at the various histories you will see. And just as Langlois had enormous influence on that motley crew of filmmakers who gathered at the Cinémathèque every week to watch his out there programs, people with names like Truffaut, Godard, René, Varda, Rivette, Jean Eustache, Jacques Demy, and so on, so too will Maya Cade have an influence on a large group of mavericks and artists, unknown yet to us. She brings Black films together for others to make their own conclusions, to go down their own rabbit holes, to expand their knowledge beyond the representational, beyond the obvious. The countless epiphanies, testimonies, and revelations that Black artists and Black film viewers have received in the wake of BFA's emergence last August cannot be detailed in full by me tonight. They can only be suggested. Maya combines the political, the philosophical, and the artistic in ways that we can only begin to dream. But of course, she's not just the BFA. Her infectiously joyous and love-filled spirit animates everything she does. She loves Columbo, for instance. She's seen every episode twice, I'm told. Her favorite film is Michael Powell and Pressburger's 1946 classic, A Matter of Life and Death. Yes. There's no better film exists about what it means to take risks for a person you love, for ideals that you hold dear to you. And the film that sparked her work in the first place, the glorious film adaptation of The Wiz from 1978, starring Diana Ross. In whatever way the Black Film Archive evolves over the next few years, we can be sure that Maya has big ideas, and this is only one of her many well-deserved laurels to come. Please welcome me and bring me to the stage, Maya Cade.
Well, thank you, Carlos. Thank you all.
Go Maya!
When I called my mother to tell her I won a special award from the New York Film Critics Circle, I kept chanting, how often are Black people's accomplishments honored in real time? How often are our skills given their due recognition in complete awe? The mental replay of that moment has not escaped me since. In truth, I stand here in deep reflection. The work for Black Film Archive began in June 2020 with me asking myself, what does it mean to make Black film's past more accessible? This questioning coincided with a moment when Black people took to the digital and physical streets, demanding pathways to ensure we received our rightful due. Nearly 2 years after I began that quest, I stand here with you all, and there's still pathways to travel. The future of Black film requires us all, in our various capacities, to understand 3 important things. 1, Black people are often creating films and other art from the margins. To protect Black film's future, we must not only give Black artists access to existing spaces, but we must also give them space, resources, and time to shape the future of the craft. Access is the minimum task. 2, we must reject the notion that there is a chosen one. No person is an island, no project a solitary act. We cannot over-concern ourselves with finding the next insert popular person here, when there are multitudes of firsts to be unearthed. The future of Black film requires outreach, community, and preservation of existing communities and projects. And 3, Black Film Archive success can be attributed to allowing Black art to exist without translation. We must all ask ourselves, how can we ensure Black artists are given space to create and keep the integrity of their art without translation? A new world is possible. I stand here before you all, honored and deeply grateful to receive this distinction. This moment is not possible without all the love that has shaped my life and craft into being. I want to thank my mother, who has always showed me that being a Black woman was not a deficit, but a space of expansion. I want to thank my family, friends, mentors, Criterion colleagues, and all that support my work. To the stalwart critics of the New York Film Critics Circle, thank you for honoring me in real time and giving my work to its due recognition. And a final thank you to the endless unnamed that make Black film's past, present, and future possible. I hope my work ensures you are never unnamed again. This moment is especially for you. Thank you.